Is Pierre Poilievre correct? Is Mélanie Joly trying to become the leader of the Liberal Party? Hey all, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Outside the house yesterday, Mélanie Joly just ripped into Pierre Poilievre, and I kind of wonder why. I'll analyze exactly what she said because it turns out it was mainly lies. She seems to be taking a page from the Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris playbook. Let's take a look at what she said.
First and foremost, of course, I would like to reiterate how much I personally and this government is against any form of anti-Semitism. And we know that there's been a rise of anti-Semitism across this country. It has worsened since October 7th. We've heard from the Jewish community from coast to coast to coast how much this was a problem. And we need to continue to fight every day, working with mayors across the country, working with premiers. And of course, we have, as a government, to do a better job. And we all have to do a better job, everyone in the House of Commons. And so we'll continue to denounce any form of anti-Semitism that is happening on our streets, in our schools, against hospitals, synagogues, etc. Why? Because we, as a government, believe also in the Charter, in the fact that freedoms need to be protected.
Really? Well, what about the Charter protections that were afforded to Canadians who attended the trucker protest in Ottawa in January and February of 2022? I'm going to call bullcrap on that one, Mélanie.
Not only freedom to speech, but also freedom from intimidation, violence, discrimination. Now, when it comes to the leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre himself, let me be clear. What we saw yesterday was the height of our hypocrisy. Clearly, Poilievre is doing one thing and saying one thing, and he's doing another. I'll give you 3 examples. First, while he's saying that he's fighting anti-Semitism, he never condemned those who were waving a Nazi flag during the Freedom Convoy on this Parliament Hill. Why didn't he?
Okay, so she thinks that Pierre Poilievre should comment on an unknown, unidentified person who was waving a flag on Parliament Hill, who wasn't a part of that convoy, who wasn't a part of that protest whatsoever. But the Liberals are trying to paint it as if he was and as if all of them were associated to this unnamed, unidentified individual. Come on, Mélanie.
Second, he cozies up to groups like Diagolon, who spread neo-fascist ideology across this country. Why does he denounce their anti-Semitism as well?
Well, this is clearly just an out-and-out lie. She knows that Pierre Poilievre does not support Diagolon, and she knows he does not cozy up to them. They hate each other. But he's filmed walking into or out of one camper that has graffiti on the door, and that graffiti is a small little sign that he probably didn't even notice, and that represents that Diagolon group. This is an out-and-out lie.
And also, when his caucus met with far-right politicians from Germany that were downplaying Hitler's crimes, he kept them in his caucus, and they're still sitting next to him in the House of Commons.
So members of his caucus meet with a member of the EU Parliament, and they find out later that she is a little bit radical, and he's supposed to kick them out of caucus for that? Well, how about the Prime Minister's office inviting a Nazi to Parliament? How about that, Mélanie Joly?
So clearly what we're seeing is that Pierre Poilievre is about double standards, and he's about himself, his own political gain, and ultimately, he's unfit to govern this country.
So as you can see, and she was clearly lying about several things, and I kind of wonder why. Now on Monday, she was getting fairly aggressive in the House towards Pierre Poilievre, even pointing her finger at him. And Pierre did point out that she was auditioning for Justin Trudeau's job. Maybe she is. For the last year, a lot of us have been following Question Period quite a bit closer than we have before. And this is the most I've heard from Melanie Joly in a 2 or 3 day period of time. It's kind of curious. I would have thought that she would have been a little bit more high profile considering everything that's been going on in the world over the past year. So why now is she taking the spotlight? I wouldn't be surprised if Parliament is prorogued in order to stop a non-confidence vote or to end this investigation. And during the time that Parliament is shut down, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a leadership convention and Melanie Joly puts her name forward. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Put your comments down below. And while you're at it, please like this video, share it with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you never miss another video. Also, I'd like to invite you to join me on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. for my live stream where you can join in on the conversation. Finally, I do have links in the show notes of this video to all of my social media, including a link to my website where you can sign up to take the Canadian Firearms Safety course. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.